welcome back to Ninja Warrior Roblox. Let's conclude Stage 1 with the final 25 competitors. They include the best of this course. And the veteran stars, whatever. Alright, we've got 3 clear so far out of 75 runs. Let's head down to the course and begin the final part of Stage 1. Starting with newcomer, the H20 girl. You can look at that as GIRL. Whatever. Anyway, newcomer. Not counting the bonus runs. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, she's onto the rolling boulder. Doing a very nice job. And there she goes, hanging orbs. Going at a pretty fast pace. Really nice. Oh. Oh. Having a hard time getting the hanging orbs, and she saves it. Close call twice. Or 2 times was a close call. She's doing really well. Slowing down a bit on the jumping spider because she does not want to make a mistake. Alright, 1 jump to go. And she's made it! She's onto the reverse jump hang. Up she goes. Ooh, went straight for it. Did not slow down at all. It's good. She's got plenty of time left for the warped wall. And she's up on it 1. Prepared to take on the butterfly wall. And she's past it. Ram climb now. She's still got plenty of time left. She could do it. Alright. She's completed the ram climb. Now for the lumberjack climb. Oh no! She slipped. Oh, she was so close. Slipped on the last obstacle. Now we're on to Jake the Master 27. He's competed in every tournament since his debut in Tournament 4. He hasn't gone past the second obstacle since Tournament 7. And that was the same tournament he finally beat the first stage. And he's part of the Robloxian Cliffers, a group of Roblox jumpers who train together. Though to this day, I don't think that the group exists anymore. I mean, I think the group's been disbanded. I mean, the people who practically made up the group and were part of it are still around, of course, but I don't think that the group exists anymore. I could be wrong, I mean, because I'm not really part of it, so I wouldn't know. And Jake's onto the jumping spider, alright! He's finally gotten farther than he did in his past 3 tournaments. Yeah. Oh, and he undershoots the last jump. Failed the walk strike. Now we're on to Shivalry. Last appeared in Tournament 8. This is the second appearance here. Shivalry is probably shivering in this winter course. Minus the actual winter. Though he is bundled up. And he's got a pretty decent crowd watching. Consisted of brianmaurer, someone else, and someone whose name I will not speak of. Ah, and he's failed the jumping spider. Now we're on to Damon Anderson 2011, a newcomer. He discovered this course from someone, I can't remember who his name was, and so Damon decided to have his shot at this course. Ah, and he's undershot the jump to the pillar. Up next is a very special guest, one who is most likely to achieve total victory. This RC car. I call this RC car, this RC car. Good luck, RC car, we're all rooting for you, you can't let us down. Oh no! This RC car is down! I'm probably drowning. You were our last hope of beating this course. It's all over now. Okay, we've had our fun. Now for the real next competitor. The owner of this RC car, veteran BunpeiShiratori. Oh look! He is wearing a Pop-Tart. Did he find Nyan Cat, rip off its head and legs, and wear its Pop-Tart body? That's gonna be a trend now. You know it will. Don't pretend it's not, it's gonna be a trend. And he's caught up on that second orb, but he's past it. Alright, he finally got past that obstacle he failed down the last tournament. Now he's on to the jumping spider. And he's on it. Doing very well. Yeah, Bunpei. The past 2 appearances, he hasn't done spectacular. I mean, in Tournament 8, he was one of 3 competitors to beat the jumping spider. Beat Stage 1, that's what I meant to say. Then in Tournament 9, he failed the vault launch, surprisingly, which he easily beat in Tournament 8. And then in the last tournament, he failed the hanging oars. But he's passed it this time and already onto the butterfly wall, and he's got under 30 seconds left. He's got plenty of time for the ramp climb now. Yep, slowing down, timing each jump, that's what you gotta do here. And he's passed it. Now for the lumberjack climb. H20 girl failed it, but not Bunpei. He's gonna clear the first stage with 11.7 seconds left. Alright. Bunpei is finally heading back to the second stage after 3 tournaments, or the past 2 tournaments of whatever, and Kenji is doing something that looks like something else. I'm not gonna say anything else. Well, except for Bunpei is moving back to the second stage. Well done to you. Alright, next up is Bwitters, making his 6th appearance, and he's also a member of the Robloxian Cliffers. Or I guess I should say was, since I don't know if if that group still exists or if it's been disbanded. Either way, Bwitters now. Onto the rolling boulder. Last tournament, he got all the way to the floating boards, and he looked like he was gonna... He's got the point where it looked like he was gonna clear stage 1, but then he kind of sped up on the floating boards and failed it. Anyway, hanging orbs. Should have no problem with this. Oh. Has to jump back down. Couldn't catch it the first time. Can he do it a second time? Oh no, he doesn't! He slipped off the hanging orbs. Oh, Bwitters is out. Was not expecting that. Now we're on to KacyCatanzaro, who's dressed a little more exposed than previously. Yeah, last time... Well, surprisingly, she was dressed up like a man. And... did very... Well, was more dressed appropriately, but... In this Christmas tournament, she's more exposed. That's not exactly a good sign. I mean, shouldn't be, but whatever. Jumping spider now. Ooh, stuttered there on the jumping spider. That walk session there. One jump to go, and she didn't time in because of that she undershot it. Well undershot it. Now we're on to AltPoweh, making his 2nd appearance. Definitely sounds like an obvious alt name, but what can you do? Anyway, here he goes. Doing well onto the rolling boulder. Down he goes. And he's beaten it. He's onto the hanging orbs now. Very good. He's doing very well. Oh, the hat's come off now. That means it's gonna get serious. No, it's not. After all that prepping and looked like he was gonna do it, he ends up falling off the platform. Now we're on to Eckertus, making his 10th appearance. In the 9 tournaments he's competed in before this, he's never gone past the 2nd obstacle. But at least he still tries. That's why I like him, because he's not a quitter. Wait, 2nd obstacle? What am I talking about? It's the 5th obstacle! He's never gone past the 5th obstacle! What was I thinking of? Oh, and then Eckertus is out. Rides the boulder all the way to the bottom. Next up is Furipu. Hi. Furipu is a veteran on this course. He's the founder of the Robloxian Cliffers and one of the best Roblox jumpers. He didn't start out that way, as he fell in the danger climb of Stage 1 in Tournament 7, but in his next 2 appearances in Tournaments 8 and 9, he's put on really strong performances, getting close to the end of Stage 1 each time, but just missing the mark. He learned from his mistakes and proved it in the last tournament, where he became one of 6 competitors to beat Stage 1 and thus breaking his Stage 1 curse. And he improved even further by being Stage 2 of that tournament as well, before eventually falling on Stage 3. But will Furipu be able to repeat that performance? Or was his success a one-time deal? Here he is. He's the first competitor to reach Stage 3 since Tournament 7. Because in Tournaments 8 and 9, no one made it to the 3rd stage. And here he goes. Ooh, went pretty fast on the step pillar. Very good. Yeah, Furipu, as the founder of the Robloxian Cliffers and one of the top Roblox jumpers. Still improving today. And I like what he has right now. He's got on his glasses, his man beard, his sweater. He is definitely prepared. Those are all good signs right there. Anyway, on to the reverse jump hang. Can he do it? Ooh, interesting technique on the reverse jump hang. But he makes it work. He's not going as quiet a pace, or fast pace as Look 145 says from episode 1. But he did get up the World 101, so he's looking like he could beat his time. Because Look currently has the top time. Alright, Furipu's on the lumberjack climb. He's climbing. And he does it. And he is going to clear the first stage with 17.3 seconds left. And for the 2nd tournament in a row, Furipu defeats Stage 1. It wasn't a fluke after all. And he's going to celebrate by climbing to the top of that thing and dance. Yeah, go ahead, Furipu. You earned that one. Yep, look at it again. He pretty much handled every obstacle with no problem at all. And even managed to beat the first stage with the top time, and that was an interesting technique on the first jumping. But yeah, he beat the first stage with the top time, beating Look 1456 time by approximately 1 second. And Faripu is heading back to the second stage for the second time in his career.
Well done.
Following first success, five more competitors took on the course. 3 of them were newcomers who unfortunately didn't walk their way past the jumping spider. Especially this guy here. Then regular competitor Look 1999 looked strong and fast, but it backfired on him and he was surprisingly outdone by the hanging orbs. Finally, returning veteran I Love Sasuke 17 returned for his 3rd straight appearance, and for the 3rd tournament in a row, punched his ticket into stage 2. Which means now we have 6 competitors moving on to the second stage.
Well done.
Alright, next up is Deadly Penguin Venom 68, the first and only new star of this tournament. We're finally getting to that point. Yeah, he hasn't beaten stage 1, or even before, well, since he became a new star in Tournament 7. So it somewhat wonders if he's really deserving of that rank. Oh. I guess not. Now we're on to All-Star Brianmaurer, one of the few competitors who competed in every tournament so far. He's had bad luck for the past 4 tournaments though, as he fairly did well. Oh no! Made that 5 tournaments. This is unbelievable. 2 of the stars on this course fell in the very first obstacle. That goes to show that even the experience can make an early mistake. Well, we gotta move on. We're now on to newcomer Michelle Warnky, who doesn't look anything like she does in American Ninja Warrior. Then again, I really don't care. It's Roblox after all, you're never supposed to do that. Or look like... whatever. Anyway, onto the hanging orbs. Oh, can't get it the first time. That's becoming a thing now where they can't make it the first time they're able to save themselves. I don't know how that's even possible. But whatever, it's working. Alright, onto the jumping spider. Alright, slowing down, preparing the jumps, and slips off. Bad luck to her. Now we're on to Lol Day 1, who last appeared in Tournament 9. In his first 2 appearances, he fell on the... Did he just say what I think he said? Oh no, don't tell me he coaches or trains with... that newcomer who beat Stage 1 2 episodes ago. Well, I just lost over half my respect for this guy. I'm not even going to pay attention to him anymore. I'm just going to pay attention to BunpeiShiratori in the background, playing with the balloon he got from Santa after beating Stage 1. Ew. As for Lol Day, he fell in the Volt Launch his first 2 appearances, which was the second to last obstacle of Stage 1 in both those tournaments. But this time he fails the jumping spider. After tournaments of getting past that, he fails it this time around. And now for the competitor who finished in first place in the Tournament 11 qualifiers, firisukotto. Yeah. Speaking of the qualifiers, that's something I need to talk about. In the aftermath of the Tournament 11 qualifiers, I decided that I would no longer do qualifiers for this competition anymore. Basically, for reasons I'm not sure if I'm going to get to. Basically, I kind of find the qualifiers to be irrelevant now. I'm doing signups now. That seems to be a much better way to get competitors on.
Pathetic.
And he's on the jumping spider. Now it's on to the final all-star of this tournament, Dev1179, who, like Brianmaurer, has competed in every single tournament. Now he goes. Oh no! He slipped to the 3rd step! Wow, Dev's out early! Much earlier than I expected. He's been getting 1 step further ever since Tournament 7. Since failing the first obstacle of Tournament 8. But he takes us 3 steps backwards, failing the first obstacle of Tournament 11. Wow, I don't believe it. Huh. Well, anyway, we've had 96 people run so far, and 6 of them have cleared first stage. We have 4 more left to go. Let's see if they can join the 6 who managed to beat Stage 1. Starting with doctorpeepee. From a complete joke competitor in the original Roblox Ninja Warrior to a top competitor in Ninja Warrior of Roblox, doctorpeepee took on this course back in Tournament 8, where he was one of 3 competitors and the only newcomer of that tournament to beat the first stage. He showed it to be no fluke, as he did it again in Tournament 9, and did a little dance. He even did it again in Tournament 10. And while he failed pretty early in the second stage of Tournaments 8 and 9, he ended up doing very well in the last tournament. As you can see here, he failed the first obstacle stage 2 in Tournament 8, and the third obstacle of Tournament 9. But then in Tournament 10, he did very well. He even managed to beat it while doing a moonwalk and being a Wally. He ended up failing the pillar path of stage 3, but nevertheless, he's proven to be one of the top competitors on this course, and most likely the Ninja Warrior of Roblox Wally. Now let's see how he does in this tournament. And if you look at the top left, you'll notice the strange new colors on the dog's name profile. That's because he's the first of a new group of competitors I create for this competition called the Rising Stars. Yep, I'm making new groups again. The Rising Stars, a new group of competitors who can show they can become one of the best competitors to outrank the new stars and maybe even the All-Stars. Of course, since doctorpeepee showed up pretty late in this competition, before all the stars were named, I had to create this group to show that he can still become one of the best. And that's what he has right now, a Rising Star. And he is going so fast on the course, I've been talking so much that he is already on at the end of the ramp climb and about to take on the lumberjack climb with less than 30 seconds left. He's on the verge of having the top time. And it looks like he is going to get it with 20.9 seconds left, the new fastest time of stage 1. Oh my goodness. Yeah, during the time I was talking, he had gone through, or blazed through much of the course. Even doing that same interesting technique on the reverse jump hang that Faripu did earlier, and managed to clear stage 1 with the fastest time, beating Faripu's time by 3.2 or 3.6 seconds. And for the fourth tournament in a row, doctorpeepee is moving on to the second stage. Before we move on to the final 3, let's take a look at the overall. The jumping spider has taken out a lot of competitors and set a new record of wipeouts for itself, including the 10 who fell in it today. So far it has eliminated 30 competitors. But the overall ninja killer is the step pillar, as it took out 33 competitors so far, including the only new star of this tournament and the 2 all-stars. Proving it's not to be taken lightly. And now it's time for the first of the Grand Champions, and one of the final 3, Kyle Ninja 3970. Whoa! He's out already! I don't believe that. Whoa. I'm at a loss for words there. Well, we gotta move on. Now we're on to Ninja Warrior Sasuke, the Grand Champion of Tournament 4, and apparently he's a Bear Ghost fan. Nothing wrong with that, but still. He was one of 3 competitors, and the only star, to beat Stage 1 of Tournament 9. He was so close to doing it twice in a row in the last tournament, but timed up a few yards away from the finish button. Anyway, he's on to the jumping spider now. So following Kyle's fail on the step pillar, that makes 34 people fail on the step pillar. Oh no! Ninja Warrior Sasuke slips off. So now that's total of 31 people failing on the jumping spider. So yeah, step pillar is definitely the overall ninja killer. And now here he is, Mr. 100, the 2-time Grand Champion, the King of Ninja Warrior Roblox, and almost all Roblox obstacle courses. RealityPalez. Interesting outfit he's wearing. But anyway, he is the King of Ninja Warrior Roblox for good reason. Despite what ends up happening to him, he always comes back stronger than ever. The past 2 tournaments, he's had bad luck with the first stage, as Tournament 8 was his earliest ever fail in the first stage, and in Tournament 9 he was so close but falling on the last jump. But then in the last tournament he finally redeemed himself and got his revenge on the first stage by beating it and advancing all the way to the 3rd stage, where he had the top performance overall. So he practically reclaimed his crown, Tries to do that technique and barely clears the reverse jump hang. He nearly slipped off. That was his downfall in Tournament 8, but not this time. Alright, onto the butterfly wall. Looking at the clock, he could still clear, but he may want to pick up the pace a bit. Especially here on the ramp climb. I know you gotta take it carefully, but too carefully and you could time up. Klaxon is sounding. Up the lumberjack climb. He's gonna do it! He's gonna do it! And he does with 3.6 seconds left. RealityPalez, the two-time grand champion, is moving back to the second stage. Unbelievable. Amazing. He took on every course like a true grand champion. Although he wasn't his usual fast self, he still managed to do it, and has become the... And he will also be moving on to join the other people who cleared the first stage. But he nearly came to an end when he nearly slipped off the first jump hang, but he managed to pull through and clear stage 1 with just over 3 seconds left. Well done to the two-time grand champ. Well, that's it with stage 1. After 100 attempts at it, we have 8 strong competitors advancing to the second stage. And this is them, right here. Ranging from the top time, doctorpeepee, to the slowest time, that newcomer, who I will not speak his name of, and all the other 6. The only regular, 4 veterans, Rising Star, and Grand Champion RealityPalez. These 8 will take on a more difficult stage 2, which has some surprising changes and twists. Will any of them be able to clear the stage and advance to the third stage and beyond? Find out in the Tournament 11 finale. Until then, ciao people.